We're live. We are live, guys. Today, feeling just really chill. Had a pretty good day, but have to continue the momentum on this channel. I do want to still get 50 subscribers for the weekend. I do not expect doing a lot of videos over the weekend. I will take that time to read up on the three books I'm reading. So the first book I'm finishing up, I'm very close to done, is The Futures and Options Markets, an introduction by Colin A. Carter. This second one that I want to read, I think the most important book. This book is about 600 pages long. I'm going to submerge myself in this book. Technical Analysis Explained by by Martin J. Preen. Y'all, like this right here, a whole chapter about moving averages. We have moving averages, price patterns, trend lines, momentum, market structure, volume, oscillators, sentiment indicators, candle charts. I'm really gonna have some fun times with this book. 600 pages. Would love to get this done in a week or two. And then lastly, finish it up with Trading for a Living. It's kind of an older book by Dr. Alexander Elder. And a few chapters. We have Why Trade, what is price, what is the market, charting, open interest, just things of that nature. I do believe I will enjoy this third book as well. That fourth book is just way too old. It's way too outdated, and it's not something I'm actually interested in getting a deep dive in. It's called Option Pricing. If you do want to get a more detailed look at what the actual option pricing does, then the author is Menachem Brenner. But I'm going to go crazy with a technical analysis explained book, like so crazy. Then I am now offering private stock analysis. I will look at the news, currently what's going on, how the business is running, and also will give you some technical analysis. And I'm doing this for a service. I do have the time, and some other people do not have the time. You can always contact me for a private charting for you, and then also give you a little snippet of something that's coming up as far as a catalyst to increase the price. So currently, we're gonna go with the QQQ today. Guys, the QQQ today, I mean, let's just go to the QQQ holdings. We should know these by now, but it has some people dragging it down. Apple, Google, Microsoft, Facebook. When you got your heavy hitters red, this QQQ is going to be going down every single time. We actually had a very good morning. Like, the chat was live. Everybody was happy and exuberant, euphoric. We actually reached back into this ascending channel because that's what we were in, a very tight channel since April. And now we have recently fell out for the first time. And we were just so exuberant. I was exuberant myself. So happy with T-Doc's performance, hitting a 79 price point. Let's go. So that was one of my highlights of the day. However, Bears sold the top because Donald Trump talked more tariffs. Golly. So first off, Facebook is part of the QQQ's top holdings, and it was under attack with the Capitol Hill. They had that, I think, yesterday, and now it had a green day, I think, today. But you had a lot of things, a lot of companies actually falling for the QQQ to fall. The QQQ itself, I'm sure, is still on an upward track. However, it has broke down that ascending channel, and that is usually a bearish indicator. And for it to try to reach back in like it did today for a slight moment, that is bearish because just a short-term bearish indicator. Right now, sometimes I do draw charts for me to feel bullish. I actually changed this EMA to 50 day, and it's still above the 50 day. However, by the default settings, is 20-day EMA, and dun dun dun, really really bad, guys, really really bad. So we did reach a high. The high of the day hit the 20-day EMA. It is now acting as resistance. I'm sorry, guys. Like when you see that EMA, or any moving average acting as resistance, that is means for it being bearish. Now let's be on the hopium, guys. Let's be on the hopium. When we saw in August 1st, we saw that the 20-day EMA was resistance, and the next day we had a green day with great buying volume, a good breakout. I think Monday could be the same. Monday could be the same if we have the exact same situation as August 1st. RSI is close to the same level, and we were in the EMA was acting as resistance, and the next following day we were bullish. Today EMA is acting as resistance, but that next day with good volume can be bullish. RSI is close to a bounce play. With this new indicator looking at August 2nd, we can get that same energy September 10th, and just kind of break out of this downward short-term downward trend. And I've been hearing this lately. There's a thing called rotations. So you do sometimes have money rotating in the economy, in the stock market, and you just have, some money leaving a company, moving on to another company. So just be patient. Be patient. There's nothing like a bear market for the QQQ, but we do on that weekly chart. You see, it was an obviously bad week. It was a bad week with volume right at that volume moving average. Don't look at the weekly EMAs. Like any of the weekly moving averages are just too slow of indicators. To really get something, I'd say maybe five. I've never tried it, but maybe the fifth, a 5 EMA, or probably an 8 EMA. But I would definitely say that the weekly moving averages are not the biggest threat. But going back to the 1 day, just a summary, we may get that same energy with what happened last month happen again, and we continue to go up. We had strong volume, guys. We had strong volume. Even though we had a red day, we had high volume, and that means market interest is back. We have a lot of people buying, a lot of people selling, and I love my volume. Volume follows price, or is actually before price. Let's go over to the Dow, the DIA. The Dow's had some good strength lately, guys. The Dow has had great strength. Let's look from the bottom up. We had the RSI bounce August 23rd when it had hit 58.7. Right now, the RSI is at 60. And I believe it is due for a bounce play if it does fall just a little bit in the morning of Monday's morning. Right now, we have an increase of buying volume. For these, I think these Thursday and Friday, we've had the volume right over the volume moving average. However, on this MACD did cross as a sell signal because the blue line is now under the orange line. But again, the MACD is a lagging indicator. I think I will probably do some research on the Stochn RSI. And the Stochn RSI is a faster determiner of it being for things being buy signals and sell signals. And honestly, guys, if you all want to donate to me, I would appreciate the $10 a month for TradingView Pro, so we can stop having ads pop up on these videos, guys. But anyways, I'm gonna stop begging there. We're gonna change it back to the 20 EMA. 20 EMA, we're still over the 20 EMA, and I've just really liked the recent performance of the Dow lately. It's got its groove back. I really think it's got its groove back. It's enough. Like honestly, when I was looking at those bearish charts, I was like, wow, a lot of these Dow companies are bearish. However, some have proved themselves that they are still alive.
They're still solid stocks to buy because it was on that. It was like on a really red day. I think. Okay, so let's look. September 5th was a really red day, I believe, for the QQQ. Right here, very red day for the QQQ. However, on September 5th, we had a green day. So that was like, wow, the Dow is a good idea to kind of look back into. We forget about the Dow because we're only chasing tech stocks at the moment as far as market sentiment goes. But you still care. You should care about your Exxons, your Walgreens, your Walmarts, the companies you actually shop with day after day, day in and day out. Let's not forget about those. So that's enough about Dow. It looks good over the 20 EMA. Honestly, the most bullish chart. I did look last time I was wanting that RSI to curl up. However, with that tariff talk, I know it stopped momentum. It was wanting to curl up. I know it was wanting to curl up because if it were to finish it up, it'd have a strong enough build up to continue going forward. It just would have. I had no doubt. You see how this is a more dramatic time, but when that RSI, I like a U shape instead of the V shape. Let's look at the returns when you had that V shape RSI rise. Then we have a curl up. I gotta use those sound effects. But yeah, I think that was it. I think that's it, guys. I like the DIA out of the three market caps. I mean, the three indexes that I follow every day. Now we're moving over to the SPY. SPY. When I tell you the SPY is fine, guys, the SPY is fine. We are in an upward ascending channel starting January, February of 2016. Broke out 4 times out of the ascending channel and is now in the ascending channel. Right now, we had a green day on the daily candle. When you see these green daily candles, even though the percentage is negative, it's because we are seeing the pre-market price fall, or it opened at 286.98, but closed above that price. That is key. So I think even the QQQ, again, it was a red percentage day, but it had a green candle. The green candle, you don't follow these percentages. Follow the candles. It closed over the open, and that is still, a green daily candle right here. And I learned that today, honestly. Another green candle, even though we have a negative red percentage, because what happened is the pre-market and after-hour activities had pushed the price down for a low open, but it still had the good buying pressure was there. And actually, you see very high volume buying right here. I like this, guys. I like it a lot because when you have high buying volume, you have the market interest to really start trading. What happened was, I believe people are getting back from that August, that's those summer vacations, getting back into trading. We also had that Labor Day weekend for means of just a low volume, because that's what happens, guys. When you're in the summertime, you have vacations. You're not thinking about stocks. You grind every day at your jobs, but you're not thinking about stocks. You're thinking about the basketball games, the cookouts, all that. But now, since fall's coming in, Labor Day's over, we're back on that grind. People are now getting back into the market and feeling themselves again. We got some strong buying right here. The RSI is on a downward slope, but it means for a bounce if we have another red day. I'm feeling good, guys. I'm feeling good. There is that tariff talk, and I personally I think he kind of does it because he shorts the market or has friends that short the market. I have to do more research, guys, on the tariffs because I personally just do not understand the reason. You want to have a reason to whatever you do, and I just don't see that reason. We did close right above the 20-day EMA, probably 287.20. We probably close above 30 cents above the 20-day EMA. That looks good, guys. The MACD did cross for a sell signal on the daily. But again, it's a lagging indicator because it saw all of this sell pressure. However, we pretty much canceled it for the time being with that high buying volume. Guys, this is not financial advice. I'm not at fault for anything, any trades you do. However, I'm just using this as my best indication of what's really going on. I actually do want to draw a line, a trend line, because this looks very, very similar to just a easy pick of a downward slope, guys. Very simple to see that it's so clear. Guys, like if you can chart over the weekend, like one chart and be like, wow, I see something that looks the similar. You should then draw a trend line on it. And now it seems, at least for the time being, that we have some support, at least short-term support, because when you have short-term support, it bounced off. So this is a let me hold on. I'm in that chart technician page. I think that's a descending triangle, guys. Do you want to use the right terminology? Yes, it's a descending triangle. So we have a moment, key moments here, Monday and Tuesday. Monday and Tuesday, and honestly, Wednesday is the very end of this descending triangle. We have to see something happen. If you see a break up above this descending triangle, you have bullish territory. And if we break this, we're bullish. Because what happens is we are in a upward ascending channel. And if we break above this and make this our support, if we make the top trend line on the ascending channel support, that's pretty bullish, guys. That is pretty bullish. If we're talking about being extremely bullish, we'll break up above this ascending channel and make this a support level, and that is crucial. If we want modest gains and better price action for months on top of months, we just have a magnet to the upward trend line, but never try and break it, because when we try and break it, we see these patterns, guys. Let's look at these patterns. 1, 2, 3, flop. It's not a good indication when we break out. However, we can get some catalysts. We stop all the trade deals, all the tariff talk. We could turn that into a support level, that top trend line. Let's see if there's any comments. I don't see any comments. Nope, no comments. Any questions, guys? I'm not going to be able to do a chart right now, but I do want to answer any questions that you guys have. No questions? All right, guys. I do appreciate you all for tuning in. Again, this is a market recap of the September 7th, 2018. Charts. Oh, and I do want to give an update on Tesla. Gotta love Tesla, right? Tesla I just don't know, guys. This has been up and down, left and right, you name it. We did have volume decline drastically over the day. We actually had it close right at that resistance that was at the very beginning of the day. We did have a low of 252.25 and a high of 268. But as soon as it hit that 268, guys, Paya decline in price. However, it looks like it's wanting to curl up. Let's look at that 1 hour chart. I do not get any data from anything less than 1 day, guys. I don't get any data from anything less than 1 day. This is just to show you all what has happened over the course of today. Right here, it's just, again, clear volume decline over the course of the day. Close right at resistance. Let's look at those RSI, guys. Not on the 1 hour, but let's see that daily RSI. The daily RSI is at 27, guys. Let's see if it did that again and then started to bounce because it was just so low. So it looks like right here in March, it hit a RSI of 23 and wanted to spring up. And if y'all want to play the dead cat bounce, by all means, look into it. Look into it. So it had a dead cat bounce that peaked at like 23% profit, guys. If you're into like this risky play, you can try and see if you want to do a bounce play, believing that through trading fundamentals alone, of not thinking about what's happening with the company, ER is happening. I saw, I don't know if it was a credible source today, but I did see talks of Tesla selling 2 times the amount of cars this quarter. However, that is taking that with a grain of salt. I took no effort in doing my own more research on that when I saw that, because I do not care about shorting or being bullish on this, buying calls, buying this stock alone. It's just too volatile for me, because I just don't know. I think I'd get liquidated either way I go. Even if I bought a call and it went up in price, somehow, some way, some voodoo would cut my gains, take them away. But for the people who want to be risky, for the people who are those complete savages, who just are out there just really wanting to scoop up those random profits, because all other traders believe in that same indication that an RSI drop to that 23 would be time for bounce play. Let's draw that line right there. Get a closer look. We are right now at 27, and we have that bounce possibility at that 25 RSI, 22 RSI. Thank you all for tuning in. Leave a like, leave a comment. Please subscribe, guys. Please, I'm looking for 50 subscribers. I'm not asking for much. Share it with your friends, the beginners, the advanced people. Give me feedback. I do feed off of feedback mostly. As a photographer, I always like feedback. I actually I like comments on like Instagram posts instead of likes. Comment, you guys, or at least do whatever you feel best for these videos. Any questions? Nope. I'll see y'all later.